All right, we are now live. Shout out to the family out there waiting, being patient. Ooh, it's
Yes,
been a busy
yes,
week for
yes,
Brother
yes.
Rich. I ain't been on here live in a while, y'all. Probably about 4 or 5 days. It's been a
Wow,
busy,
wow.
been a busy week for Brother Rich. I gotta get back used to y'all again. Listen, we about to get started. We're gonna have a good conversation, a good talk tonight. All right, some good things to talk about, and let me get to this quick commercial. I got a new commercial for y'all. Y'all should be excited about this. Check out this commercial. But we're gonna get to a commercial and we'll be right back in 1 minute, family. All right.
Do magic, I can do magic. I can 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 do magic, I can do magic.
Ooh, Cam, I can't wait to wear that merch, man.
Yeah, no, man. I
Yikes.
wish we could have had it for the night, man.
Yikes. Listen, y'all go head over to the website holyghost3.com and we got the magic merch, all right? Cam, what's up, man? Welcome, my brother.
Oh man, it's good to be here, man. I feel like we're finally seeing the finish line, man. It's been such a journey. Um,
Yeah.
I'm beyond gracious, man. The gratitude is just the excitement. It's almost strange, man. I don't think I've ever had or we've ever had a video that had this many views this fast on YouTube, man. So
No, not a vid, not music, no. Because people, my channel is used to, lectures and interviews. So for the music video to get that much love, I'm appreciative. Real appreciative, man.
oh yeah, man. I mean, it's a different song. It's a different look for us. It's a different,
Yeah.
it's it's a whole, and what's crazy. I was I put in Black Magic, the magic, and our video for Black Magic came up, and that's
Right.
actually approaching 400,000 views right now. And it's
Dope.
funny that our first video for our first album was Black Magic, and our first video for our the third in the trio
The trio,
is
yeah.
I Can Do Magic. I mean it, and we released it on the full. The last night was the full moon, so like
Wow.
we kind of timed it, and this album is actually coming out. I believe like the same within a day or two that Holy Ghost 1 came out, which was I believe like December 15th or December 16th, something like that. So it's like it's all within divine timing, without effort though.
And we didn't plan this either. That's important for them to know. We didn't plan this. This is just it just happened like this. Like
Yeah,
literally, yo.
it's
Oh
crazy.
man. So big. Um Tell the people I want to start out with about this Puffy situation. What do you think about that means in terms of the shift in hip hop and what's going on in hip hop?
I mean, in every way possible. Like the people, like when coming up and growing up, and so I was born in 1987, which means that my most impressionable years happened during the 90s, which is only 10 years if you think about it. Like the 90s spans like 10 years ago was 2013. So to think 2013 to 2023, like as an adult, that goes by like this. But as a child, the 90s seemed like it was just this eternity of like just probably the most like uh world changing events happen like at that. That's like the birth of internet. The hip hop was, I mean, the 90s, in everybody from then, all our 90s heroes, all of them are insane maniac perverts. Either that or there's a huge conspiracy going on, which if there's smoke, there's fire, let's be honest. But I mean, it's not hard to believe. We know how maniacal and psychotic he is. A lot of people who are extremely successful are extremists. These are extremely generally, if you're hitting a billion, if you're known as a cruel businessman, this requires a highly like a lot of time their character profile is like narcissistic, delusional, like completely self-centered, almost like bipolar, like that. It requires that to be like that almost.
Right.
So,
No, definitely.
and then you got these people who are highly they're just in that lifestyle. And it's, I mean, if sex is literally just there's such a thin line in that world that it's just, I mean, it's popping up all. I heard there was just a new law that was passed somewhere where, so that's why it seems like there's so many of these cases coming out. But I mean, everything is different. If I could go back when I was a child and look into the future, I mean, Bill Cosby, we already knew R. Kelly,
Yeah.
But P. Diddy, Russell Simmons, it's, I'm forgetting everybody. Aaron Hall. I mean, that was, I was listening to Aaron Hall the other night. Don't be afraid, but baby, don't be afraid. No, and at the beginning of it, he's like, "Hey, baby, don't be scared. I'm gentle like a kitten." And I'm like, "Oh, that's got those vibes all day."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Yeah, it's just weird, us loving music so much and experiencing that golden era 90s hip hop, the bad boy era and Rough Riders era, and just to see where hip hop is at now. I just feel as though, Cam, honestly, what you're coming with, what we're coming with, and what we're presenting in the 50th year of hip hop is some of what it needs. It's definitely something that, to the families out there, Cam, I feel as though it's a breath of fresh air. And I'm just thankful to be a part of this moment. And by the way, everybody, the pre-order for Holy Ghost 3 is available at holyghost3.com. We're not going to be, the album is going to be exclusively sold on this website. It will not be on streaming platforms immediately. They are raping and robbing people. So if you love your artists, so please support their website. So for now, Holy Ghost 3 will be exclusively sold on holyghost3.com. We are taking control back over our art and our culture. So we won't have to go through what the artists went through in the 90s and the 2000s and things of that nature. So yeah, just excited about that, Cam, for what we're bringing in this day and age, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's sick right now, man. I mean, the world is unrecognizable.
Yeah.
It's almost surreal. Yeah, I'm surprised people aren't in constant anxiety attacks. I mean, of course, if you're witnessing the media, I'm sure if you have a house that's I'm sure you could design a lifestyle to where you're not involved in this. But as artists and as you being on the media side, on the content creation side of things, we got to keep one foot in. We can't be either completely in or completely out, but we got to be in it a little bit in order to be able to share our art. So, I mean, yeah, like it is. I guess we've managed to keep ourselves almost in our own hyperbolic chamber. Our creativity is not based on any external factors. We don't make our music in a contemporary way. We do things how they come, pure from spirit. Right. And we're both older. We're both older than these younger guys. We got basically 20 years on these guys. We're not young hip kids anymore. Their music now that it's called hip hop, that's just a marketing term. It is not the same music at all by any stretch. It's just as different as gospel music and rock and roll, maybe more different. Let's be honest. Like it's like gospel music and death metal. It's not different, what I mean? If we're talking about like real era hip hop, I mean, so like I guess like we're an acquired taste. We're a niche. I've seen some reactions to I Can Do Magic that weren't the reactions that we want. But of course, if you go this way, you're gonna get people that want this. If you got this, there's gonna be people that want this. There's
Mhm.
a fickle world.
Right,
So
right, right.
the fact that we hold strong and we keep our guns loaded. I know your mind is ironclad. Like
Yeah.
somebody can't walk up to you and tell you they Jesus. They got to do it right in front of you. You know, yeah. So it is, and I'm just thankful we could do it again. We could keep doing it with all the circumstances. You know.
Indeed. I want to ask you, I like asking you these mind-bending questions, you're known for that in your rap, taking it out there and really forcing your listeners to think. You're familiar with metaphysics in the spiritual community. You're also familiar with music, acoustics. You know exactly what acoustics means. And you've heard in the spiritual community, they've used the term Akashic. Now, Akashic and acoustic, very similar. Now, the Akashic records is, they say, this dimension where they store the history of the universe. They call it the Akashic records. But records is the same thing we call music. We call them records. So, in terms of the Akashic records, do you think that maybe one of the things they're not telling us about accessing the Akashic records or accessing some of these things is that instead of, if we're able to travel interdimensionally, we're supposed to be looking for music like we're in a vinyl store instead of looking for, how much does music play a factor in this Akashic or acoustic records that we hear about?
Yeah, I think what we call music is, just like what we call science.
Yeah.
Science is the observation and the I guess you're coming up with an explanation for nature, for the glory, the magic of nature. You're basically quantifying it and qualifying nature by using science. So um, we don't really discover science. We discover the tools that allow us to. I guess psi is mind, in essence, the essence of the mind, the wide mind of God, basically. Music is the same. Music is here whether we're here or not. It is literally um, the oscillation, the repetitive sound, uh, the relationship between sound and silence. Um, and so I think everything down to any pattern in nature can be played out in music. You know, um, they've done this test many times. You could input anything, and there's a musical tone associated with that. It's escaping my mind what that's called, but as far as I mean, listen to nature. When you get up in the morning, when you hear the birds, when you hear the crickets at night, when you hear the cicadas at night, it is literally just instrumentation. That's why our bodies are called organs.
Yeah.
The heartbeat. Um, well, there's so much more. What I said, the skeleton is really scales of tones. The skeleton, the scales of tones.
Man.
Like there's so much that goes into it, but yeah, music is the foundational, I guess, language of the universe, because it's linguistics is very specific. To region, to the nature, the natural surroundings. Music though is just based tonally. You could say crying is a form of that. Any animal is basically singing. It's an elongated tone. Is that's legato. That's what they're doing. So yeah, literally everything is. I remember specifically, not to be too long. The first time that I really lost my mind on mushrooms, and I hit this breaking point where it was like the quickening process, and I literally lost my mind. And I just remember laying in the grass, and I think I was like chewing on the grass, and there was like an ambulance. I see the ambulance, and there was like the people in the neighborhood, and I couldn't recognize humans. They looked so. It was like there's this guy. He reminded me of like Homer Simpson, but when I heard humans, talk, all I heard was the babble, the repetitious babble, and
Mm,
it's it's like that. Like I couldn't understand it. Like I lost my ability to decode
mm.
language, and
Wow.
just remember it. I was just like, oh, this is just erratic, random, insane clatter. You know, it is
Wow.
music.
Wow. Do you think that, I'll be thinking stuff like when you see the hieroglyphs written on the pyramids and the researchers and they try to decipher them and they're reading them and they're like this, that. What if we're supposed to sing them, bro? Like, you know what
Mm,
I'm saying? Maybe what if that's how you unlock the language? You sing it instead of
mm.
instead of reading it, man.
I
Like,
think singing is the cursive, like, you know, what printing is like talking, and
mm,
cursive is like singing, because
wow.
what you're doing is in cursive writing. The reason why it's cursive is because you're interlocking. It's on one single thread. You're not lifting your pen. So you're able to complete an entire word without lifting your pen. You're keeping the complete string, right? That's
Mm,
exactly what singing is. So talking is staccato. It's chopped up. It's choppy. But singing is the long version of it. And when you listen to Islamic prayers,
right.
they don't they
Exactly.
don't they don't they don't they don't do gospel music. They don't believe in singing for entertainment. They sing their prayers, you know. Um, um, just like even birds are not singing because it sounds good. They're singing out of the pure shock of the sun coming up. It's like, oh
Mhm.
my God, you know, it's pure reverence of God. Like literally, it's them. Like they're doing their tones and shit. You know,
Yeah.
you see a
Yeah.
bird, doot, 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 but it's really crazy. And the same thing with the cicadas and the crickets. But yeah, like as far as singing, yeah, like that would unlock it. I mean, it would look what it unlock. You know what singing can do. You turn on the right music, it unlocks. It could unlock your pants. It could unlock your mind. It could unlock your wallet. You know,
Yeah.
it could
Yeah.
unlock your pistol.
Yeah. I wonder how much do people in like the insane asylums do they listen to music? Do you know anything about that? I wonder if they're like allowed to listen or do they even want to
Mm. The few times that I've heard of people, psychotic people are using music, it always calms them. It's
right.
always the only thing that they could that allows them to be free in some way is music. Like that's even Charlie Manson was an incredible. He was if you listen to Charlie Manson sing, he had this rapid vibrato. He was incredible. Most insane people are. They have the
Mm,
deepest cry. The song is the cry,
yeah.
and the people the hurt the more pain you have, the more you know. They're just designing the screen. They're just decorating the screen.
Yeah, man. Music always the conversation of music always intrigues me. I love having these conversations. I see somebody asking when this Holy Ghost 3 drop. Holy Ghost 3 drops December 16th officially. It will be released on the website. Right now, we're doing pre-orders. So what we're doing right now, people are saying that the website keeps crashing when they try to purchase it. Yeah, we've been having a number of issues with the website. I'm gonna write that down and I'm gonna let the people at this website know.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah. So, but I done missed my train of thought with this website thing. But yeah, so Holy Ghost 3 drops December 16th. Officially right now we're doing pre-orders. Whoever gets the pre-orders is a special package that's limited edition. It's only available for people who purchase the pre-orders. So you get the album, you get the instrumental album, which a lot of people have been asking for the past couple of years for me to finally offer an instrumental album of all the beats. So you get the album, you get the instrumental album. These are digital downloads, and you also get an album breakdown by me and Cam. This is a video. You get a video album breakdown by me and Cam of each track. I tell you what went into making that beat. Cam tells you what went into making the song. If
Mm.
we collaborated, we'll tell you exactly what went down together. And yeah, so it's dope. Yeah, word instrumentals, yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna be it's an amazing package for those who are real music enthusiasts and love that kind of stuff. I advise you all to go over there and purchase your, because this is only available for pre-order. By December 16th, the instrumental version will not be available no more. This is only available for those who are pre-ordering. So, but you're ordered today or whenever, and you officially get it on December 16th.
Mm.
All right, family. Yeah, that's gonna be dope though, man. Hey, you wanna let's tell the family real quick, give them a sneak peek and tell them how did magic come about?
Oh my God! I mean,
How did that shine? You want to start that out, or you want me to start that?
Yeah, I mean, technically it started with you. It started with you because I could preface it and say that the night before, it was my first night in Atlanta. I flew down there, and I got there like 6 o'clock or whatever. I remember I got there and Rich had a headache. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go to sleep," and I was so tired. I crashed out on his couch. So we're starting cold. I think I had enough weed for like maybe like 2 or 3 blunts. I think you had a little bit of medi left. So it was like, okay, like, what are we gonna do? What's gonna happen here? It turns out we end up making beats, and I'm freestyling the whole time until like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. So the next day, I'm basically just tired as hell. Like, and like I get up in the morning and Rich is already making beats. I'm tired. He's already making beats. We're hungover. We were drunk. I was smoking. We were up. I think Red Pill was there. It was just crazy. The next day, I get up. I order some Dunkin' Donuts on Uber Eats, and then I'll let Rich take it from there.
Yeah. So like like Cam said, I started out early that day making beats. I went to bed earlier than Cam, so I woke up, went downstairs, started making beats. I remember I made one beat before I made the magic beat. I made the bad guy beat. I made that beat. That beat, the bad guy beat, that came right before magic, like literally right before. So I made this bad guy beat. That's the beat you woke up to. You woke up listening to bad guy. And
Right.
I went to the next beat family, and when I made magic, I literally made it. I mean, literally, it had to be it took me no more than 6 minutes to make the beat. And that's the power. And I said this before, that's the power of the spirit, working through you. The spirit knows how to move very fast at whatever you're trying to accomplish in life. So sometimes we shouldn't worry about timing, because what we think requires so much time, the spirit could get that shit done like that. So, it takes me sometime, it may take me a week to work on a beat, or a day, or whatever, it just depends on how much time I want to put into it. But this one, it just took me 6 minutes to make. I made it so fast. And I remember immediately it reminded me of the military. When I heard it, it had like a militant vibe to it.
Yeah.
And then you started rhyming. You was like, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I heard the beat, and like a lot of times when I'm just freestyling, I like to imagine, okay, if there was a song on this, what would it sound like?
Yeah.
So generally, like, I'll go into whatever vocal pocket or whatever flow just to have fun, like just to, and I immediately thought, like, this reminded me of, I remember Jeezy used to have, like, who was his, was it Red Spider? Who was his producer?
Shorty Red.
Shorty Red, yeah. Like he had this bum 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 bum. He would go low and then go high on his joints, and that's kind of what gave those Jeezy tracks that level.
Yeah.
Another person that did that was Rick Ross. Yeah. I remember he had this. He was like, somebody call the brakes truck. He had this song. It was like this brakes truck song, or like. So really, I was doing my version of like what I think one of these guys would sound like. And I remember I just was like, it just came out. Like as soon as I started freestyle, I was like, I could do magic. And I immediately started doing this. And Richard tell you, it all just came off the cuff. Like, boom, I just started singing it. And I'm just like, and I kid you not, like in Rich's mind, the song was done.
Yo, after that, you couldn't tell me nothing after that.
And in
Oh
my head, I'm
man.
like, okay, I'm just fucking around. Like this is like me just there's no thought. I'm just having fun. And I
I knew that
literally
was it. That was it. Yeah.
that whole night, like I remember then Red came over and Jefferson came over from Athletics who did the
Yeah.
shirts. Shout out to
Yeah.
Athletics.
Oh yeah.
Jefferson is the one who designed the shirt. He was there too. And the
Yeah.
whole night we're performing I Can Do Magic in
Yeah.
the kitchen. Like the song's not written. All we had was the hook. I'm talking about for hours. We're
Yeah.
bouncing around his living room and his kitchen like children.
Yeah.
Like and then the next day in the studio, I was again like I was so tired. I didn't sleep at all. I was out of it, dude. My voice was I lost my voice. We were doing I Can Do Magic so long that night that I
Yeah.
lost my voice.
Wow.
And that voice that I'm doing is a superficial voice. It's not my natural tone. So
Yeah.
for me to do that, I have to have nice, healthy, fresh vocal cords.
Right.
And I
Right.
remember that session was just we did like 16 hours. Shout out to Vance at Solar Sound. That whole song was freestyle. You can ask Rich. We got the video footage. Shout out to Los. We got the video footage. That was all on the spot punching lines right off where I think I originally did 5 verses for this. And I was so delusional from not sleeping that anything I said we just kept. We got rid of a couple of the verses. Like there was at least one more verse that we muted out. And literally Blue was there, Red was there, Los was there, and this whole joint came off the cuff. And then the hook, I couldn't get the vocals right. I couldn't get the tone right. And I remember Rich was lit, and he's like, "Nah, Cam, you're not doing the hook right. You're not doing it right. Listen to the vocal note," because he took vocal notes. He's like, "Oh, bro, you did it differently. It was different tone." I'm like, Rich, my voice is gone. Rich came into the booth with me. He's like this, like coaching me until that shit finally came out. And when you're listening to that I Can Do Magic, is literally that's the vocal. There's one vocal of me saying it perfect. I must have did that hook 1,000 times until we could nail it perfect once, and that was it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. The stories of how these songs come together. The song is dope because it's purely magic, family, how it just all comes together. It just you'll never believe it's going to come together that way, and then it's just out of nowhere, everything just comes together. And I think that's how we should look at our life, no matter how out of control it may appear at time. I think that our lives have a way of just bringing itself back together, and I think that's the beauty of being a musician. You get to see a preview of life in one night in the studio. You learn so much about life in one night and the magic and the power of God. So it's just like I said, I can't stress enough how beautiful it is for anybody coming in late. I know a lot of y'all didn't know I was coming on live tonight, but we're for anybody who's just coming in the room, the website is up, Holy Ghost 3, and we have the pre-orders available for the merch and for the album. The merch and the album will start shipping December 16th. Please post the link. Yeah, the link.
Real quick, Rich, is it the Holy Ghost or Holy Ghost 3?
No, Holy Ghost 3.
Just Holy Ghost 3.
Yeah.
Let us know if it worked for you. Let us know if you were able to purchase anything. And also let us know if you weren't. We're trying to figure out what the problem is. Is it on some phones? Is it on some browsers? Is it for everyone? Because when I go to the site looks fine. So let us know if it works, if you were able to do it, and then also let us know if you weren't able to.
Indeed. No, definitely, indeed. Yeah, so we talked about we talked about Puff and that whole era, and we seen that era fall in front of our eyes, what it represented to a generation of children and materialism. And now we're seeing a lot of we're seeing the fall pretty much of drill music right now as well. And drill music seems to be dying down. Do you think boom bap will ever make its way back to the forefront? What do you see when you hear the term boom bap rap? Do you ever see that making a return?
I think I think every genre for the most part sticks around. For instance, there's still people that do classic style rock. There's still people that do country. There's still people that do like almost punk band music. There's still people who do classical music. There's still like symphonies. There's still I was just listening to October London. He did a whole album dedicated to Marvin Gaye. There's a lot of great R&B artists right now. Actually, Stokely Williams just dropped the album for Mid Condition. Tyrese, "Man in Love is a Transaction." That joint, Love Transaction, fire, unbelievable song. There's everything stays. It's just, you said forefront. No, probably not. No, never. Nothing ever comes back like that. You get your time in the sun, and then everything evolves. But will it be around? Absolutely. There'll always be, as long as there's people that'll buy it. And the thing about it is the main consumers of 90s hip hop most of them are still alive. They're in their 40s and 50s.
Right.
So, and then a lot of them had kids, and maybe if 10% of their kids like that, there's always gonna be enough people to support it, so enough people can live, so people can support it. So to be supported, there'll be enough people to be supported, and there'll be enough supporters always. Maybe not as big, and because the thing about it is, it's a game of chess to where they nail their pieces to the board. You got people like Jay-Z, Eminem. As long as these guys are alive, they're gonna still be trying to make a buck off of this. You know what I mean? So it's gonna stay around, but it's never gonna be the same. Absolutely not. Like music, it's always going like this. We're not, 90s is the greatest era in a lot of ways, but musically, I mean, the 70s, just the dynamics of sound, the 70s, some of the 80s. There's a lot of songs in the 80s that I love. So I was just listening to Cameo, Single Life, and Cameo, Candy, incredible. But those eras didn't come back, and those eras, in my opinion, were pretty much superior. So, but no, it's never gonna be the same. But as long as rhyming, the art of rhyme is here to stay. Rapping as a form of vocal expression is easier to achieve than singing like Whitney Houston. So yes, as there are kids born every day, if you're going to pick a form of musical expression for vocally, rapping is the easiest one. So it will always be there, rapping. But hip hop as a sound, that's like in, if these are world titles, you take the genres and you line them up like a pound for pound, like fighting lists, hip hop, like golden era hip hop, probably isn't even in the top 10. It's an older fighter now. You got the drill guys. Those are your Javante Davises.
For those in the chat who are asking about the link, we're having issues with the link. You could go to holyghost3.com. So just type in, whenever you want to go to the website, just type in holyghost3.com, and that'll take you right to the website. But right now we're having a couple of issues with the link. I might be able to send y'all a super long link. Let me post a super long. Oh man, hold up. Yeah, let me post. There's a super long link that I could. Yeah, let me do that real quick because I don't want y'all. I know y'all want to. Thanks to everybody who supported so far tonight.
Yeah, I see there was some people that were able to purchase it. I wonder what they used. Were they on their iPhones? Were you on your computers? How did you purchase it? Please let us know. And then
yeah. So I just purchased. I'm using the long link. So definitely click on that link. Hopefully that'll take you right to the website. Like I said, we have pre-orders for merch, and we also have pre-orders for the album, which will be releasing December 16th. So I believe everything that the album drops December 16th, and I believe the merch will get shipped December 16th is a Saturday, so probably that Monday, the merch will be shipped out. I got to check with Jefferson, but yeah, definitely head over to that website and support. I want to take some questions from the people. Cam.
Yeah, man, and yeah, for sure. And just letting people know, man, y'all are in for a surprise with this album, man. We've been working for this. We've been working on the engine for a minute, man. It's got crazy horsepower. You guys ain't gonna know what to expect. This is gonna be an interesting social project, dude.
Man. Somebody said, "Can we get the I Could Do Magic voice?"
No, I can't. Unfortunately, the kids are sleeping, but oh man, that's a. I would, but
Yeah,
I can't.
that requires a certain level of energy, and that's some serious stuff right there,
I'm
man.
sorry, she loves Cam. Thank you so much. I wonder, uh, that's a K, but thank you anyway. And I wish I could do the voice, but in order to do that, I'd have to wake up the neighbors down the street. So
What is somebody's asking? When where there be a God Body 3 next year? Featured Cambatta. I have no idea what you're talking about, brother. I'm assuming you're talking about God Power Part 3, not God Body.
mm,
But yeah, but I'm not sure, brother. I'm not sure. Not sure. I'm not even. All I'm thinking about right now, brother, is the album and the merch. That's absolutely amazing. So I would love for you to go support. But I'll keep you updated with any of that. Any of that, I'll definitely keep you updated on that. All right.
there.
Okay, this is a good question, Cam. How is this album different from Holy Ghost 2?
You want to set that one off?
Yeah, well, just to start it out, we're at different points in our life, so I don't never look to. There's something when you're in high demand as a producer, like with these producers in the industry, somebody may come to the producer and they may say to them, "Hey, I want a beat that sounds like this." Because I'm not a in high demand producer. I like work with exclusive artists, and I don't really, even sell beats. Period, like that. Well, I'm going to start selling more beats and getting out there more. It's not like I'm doing that on purpose. It's just just life or whatever. But so my beats, I'm allowed to make beats based on how I feel. So being that I'm in a different point in my life, my beats reflect where I'm at in my life. So where I was at in Holy Ghost 2 is different from where I was at now. So you get that. And this one was spanned out over a longer period of time because me and Cam live in different states now. So it almost like it has like a lot of different personalities that's meshing well together. But because it took us a while to get together 1 month, and then it may take us 2 months to get back in the studio, or then another 3 months. And so it's just been, I think that all together creates a whole different recipe from this album, from the last one. And I know Cam better on this album. I know him better as a personality. So when I'm making beats, like I really have a certain energy in mind with Cam, because I pretty much, I know what sounds good with us, but I'm still being open-minded at the same time. And I'll let you close that out, Cam.
Yeah. Like he's absolutely right. I mean, first of all, yeah, like the first two Holy Ghosts were made in the same state. That's number one. Number two, the first two Holy Ghosts I recorded myself in my room and mixed them. So the process, and I had 24 hours to sit down and write. That's all I was doing when in that time I was living in the Bronx, and I was mixing myself. I was literally, my bed was here, my mic was here. It was like I could literally go I could be in the bed and be typing on my studio computer like this, dude. If I lay all flat, I could hit all four walls. That's how small the room was. So I have more of an intimate experience, and like literally, I could just hop on a train, and maybe like an hour and a half, I'll be at Rich's house, and we could have sessions live. So that's number one. We lived in the same state. Number two, I was mixing it myself. And then so with this one, we're in different states. We both have kids now. I have 2 kids, which is my daughter actually turns 2 tomorrow. And then I have my son. My son is Nighthawk, and my daughter is Rising Moon. And my son is like 6 months. I have this like a 6-month-old, a 7-month-old, and a 2-year-old. That's insane. So I have no time to write. No time. Like literally, I didn't realize this, but that time that I was spending in the Bronx was me really sharpening my sword, so I could almost fight in the dark, because now I don't have time to write. So I'm literally just going to the studio on a whim, and it's not like Rich can give me a lot of times. Like I'm getting these beats within a day or two of going to the studio. I'm like, yo, Rich, I finally have time to go to the studio on Sunday, yo. And he's like, yo, okay, I'll get you a beat. And that might be the next day. So I'm literally listening to the song as I'm riding to the studio. Shout out to Nick. And I'm getting there. I'm literally just putting some words in my head and then going in the booth and like literally punching in and out. Every time I get a couple lines, I'm in the booth, I come out with a song. That's how it's happening. But it's happening so scattered. So I'm not writing, I'm not mixing. We're not in the same states. We have to fly to each other to have these classic studio sessions. So but here's the thing about that. Like, I think Rich as a producer, somehow it's almost like in the background he has like a loading system. It's almost like if you remember Napster or Kazaa, you could like download a song and wake up in the morning and it's done. Like that's how his ability to make beats. And I put this on anything. Rich, I've seen Rich maybe make he's maybe made 100 beats for me. 85 of them I've used. That means that his shot percentage is 85%. That also means that Rich is not practicing a lot, but he's still getting better through these gaps of time. So it's almost like he has like this task manager in the background that's still doing the job for him, because this album, as far as like the beats on this album, he's hit almost every single genre of hip hop sonically. He's done like an interpretation. This is going to be our most diverse album. My most diverse album. His most diverse album, Holy Ghost 3. Now, it's not going to sound like Cambatta. It's not going to sound like LSD. It's not going to sound like Holy Ghost 2. It's not going to sound like Holy Ghost 1. It's almost like it's Holy Ghost 2, but like in the future. It's got similar dynamic as far, but this album, we made way more songs. We must have recorded like 30 songs. And it's gonna be crazy.
Indeed. Nah, definitely, indeed. One thing, I don't know if I told you this, Cam. I was kind of, I don't know if scared is the word, but I was like really like I got one chance to do this. When you flew to Atlanta, when we had the sessions for Magic, I didn't make a beat in like 9 months, so I was a little scared that my magic wasn't going to come out. Like I get scared, like I'm not taking my craft serious, so it may disappear on me, or it may take a while to. It may take a while just to tap back into that frequency. But I didn't do a beat like 8. I ain't do a beat in like 8 months, so I'm like, damn, am I going to be able to make a beat for Cam? And it just happened. So I'm happy. But let's get to another question. Okay, this is an interesting question. Cam, have you ever thought of making a song with Daylight?
Well, hey, I mean, look, man. Every once in a while, you look outside and you see a blue moon, man, and there might be a cow jumping over it. So have I ever thought about it? Usually, things that we think about come to fruition, manifestation, because we can do magic, baby. What did we say? We turn imagination to matter, right?
Oh yeah.
Which comes through.
What that basically means, sir, make sure you cop and pre-order Holy Ghost 3.
Come on, baby.
With asking that question, all I'm going to say to finish answering that for Cam, make sure you get Holy Ghost 3. That's all I'm going to say, sir. All right.
Mm.
Pre-orders available at holyghost3.com. Let's get to somebody said, that's dope. Man, that's the best song I ever heard. God in a while. Congrats. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
Wow, man. Thank you.
Definitely. Definitely. Thank you. Definitely. Thank you. Somebody said, is Cam going to be hype on every track?
I mean, there's a lot of them. Yeah, I mean, in certain ways, yeah, I guess so. Like,
you know what, the people are worried. People get worried about it and start to think all types of thoughts. Somebody was like, "Is Cam going to sound like that on every track of this album?" I'm like, "What the hell?" Like, is Cam allowed to grow and experience? Hell no, he's not going to sound like that on every single track. He's not going to sound like this on every track on the album. That was for that song. Huh. Okay. Like, that's for that song, y'all. That's for that moment in time when the spirit took over him. But no, we're not going to do the same thing every track for the album, y'all. The album is different. It's a different collage of personalities, man.
Yeah, I know. Like, people, especially like, you know, the hardcore lyricism fans, they want to hear me touch the top of the backboard every time I get out on the court. They want to hear me do, you know, 15 syllable rhymes every time. And that's what I usually do. You know what I mean? It's actually, but that's not the only thing I've done. It's never been the only thing I've done. If you go back and listen to any of our albums, we always have something else. There's always, it's not just doing Yahweh Shai and, you know, Boss Talk every time. Like we actually listen to different kind of music. Yo, Rich, tell them who your favorite rap group of all time was.
3 6 Mafia.
Yeah,
3 6 Mafia. A lot of people will be surprised, but if y'all notice, I always have a bounce to my music. So that's a 3 6 Mafia. My channel's named after 3 6 Mafia, Black Magic 363. So that Memphis sound was very influential to me when I was, you know, 19, 20, 21, 18, you know, whatever. So yeah, a lot of the things that I do, I just named it 363. You know, then Bobby started talking about the 666. Bobby talked about the power of the 666. So I'm just like, you know, shit. But
yeah, like, dude, yeah, you're gonna get fed. Everybody that comes to the buffet they're gonna have something they like. You know, they might not like all however many tracks are on this album, but everybody gonna be able to go home with a goodie bag. Trust me, and it's gonna be, you know, we giving away the good candy bars this year.
I love what Brian said. He said, I love the flow on Kanye Inferno track. Yeah, that's going to be on the album. That was one of the first songs.
That is the first track.
Yeah, that's you're right. It's the first one.
That's the one that we did. We did that the weekend that we shot the beautiful video.
The beautiful video. You're right. And we started. Damn, Cam, you're right. But yeah, that's a great example. So Cam has a completely different flow for Kanye's Inferno than he has for any other song on the album. So I think as an artist, when that flow takes over you, some artists they resist it and they usually don't make the best music. But the musicians who let the flow, that spirit take over them, that's when they create iconic music, groundbreaking music that nobody has made before. And I think that's what made Cam a dope rapper, for his ability to experiment with this flow and this spirit that takes over his body. But yeah, shout out Brian for saying that.
Yeah. There's a lot of rigidness in rap, especially if you're very tied to whatever your character, especially like the street character of hip hop has a real rigid morale when it comes to getting outside the box. They're not going to be the ones that I guess per se go out on the dance floor. You know, they have to stay in a box. Like certain artists, you're not going to hear them step outside of that because they're gonna think it's weird. You're not gonna hear them use auto-tune. You're not gonna hear them sing. You're not gonna hear them do fast flows or super slow flows. I go by the you know, life philosophy of like water. You know, I consider everything. I don't believe anything. As soon as I'm in it, I'm out. You know what I mean? It's like, my toe in every pool before this is over, rather than just stay in one pool. I'm amorphous, like the lava in the lamp. You know, it's like yo, you know, I'm like You know, so yeah, you're not gonna be able to. You know, I'm gonna fit in every container, and you can't hold me like water. You know.
Right. Big announcement. I completely forgot. Like I told y'all, man, this week has just been a blur to me. Somebody says any listening party take place. Yes, a huge album listening party in New York. We're having December 16th at Mrs. G Spot in Brooklyn. I didn't even make the announcement yet, but I can't believe I keep forgetting to announce that. But we're having a huge listening party in NYC, Brooklyn, New York, at Mr. G Spot Alkaline Oasis. That's on Halsey Street, I believe. It's going to be from 8. It starts at 8. Doors will open up at 8. So family, if you want to preview, I think the entrance we're going to make it free. We just want you to support. We're going to have a lot of merch inside. And you know, also the bar will be open, the juice bar will be open, some patties, vegan food, stuff like that. But we're going to see exactly how we do it. But make sure you come out December 16th for a huge album listening party. We're also going to be streaming it live on YouTube. So if you can't make it, you out of town, we'll be streaming it live. But we're going to have a huge album listening party in NYC. If you're in NYC, make sure you make it. All right. Indeed. Let's get to somebody. They say, Cam, what was it like when you did the trifecta?
Yeah. So what he's talking about is there's a time I talked about on Sway's show where I did acid, mushrooms, and I topped that off with some DMT.
Above my pay grade. That's above my pay grade, y'all.
Yeah, there was a little bit more than that in the mix. Of course, we were smoking the whole time, so there was THC in that, and I believe I was definitely on at least a little bit of alcohol. No sleep and no food. So that's a recipe for woo, you know. So what was it like? I mean, it was absolutely surreal. I mean, but how many times can you beat a dead horse, you know?
Yeah.
I was much younger back then. And I've always been extremely sensitive to psychedelics. So yeah, if I even think about DMT, it starts to change me. If I smell it, if it's just smell it, I'm already different, you know. So I turn into a different person, you know. And I mean, for the better. Like I become a tool of just a quantum fucking instrument of thought. Like there's nothing I can't bend on that boy, you know. So yeah, but when I did so I was already on the shrooms and acid. And you know, we're in a house full of people, so you know, it wasn't the most spiritual. It was very fun. But when I did that, the DMT on top of it, we were listening to these Buddhist tones on YouTube, and they were going like, and I remember listening to that, and I was able to listen so deep into the chanting that I was able. To me, it was like almost clay, like almost verbal babble clay, like because I was able to hear anything. Like it almost was like they're gonna party in the house tonight. You are okay, but you know, God is watching you. Yeah, you start to be able to hear it. And then I just started seeing like my grandma. I started seeing like certain things. Like I just started crying, you know. And then and then I did it again. So you're supposed to do, anytime you do DMT, you're supposed to do 3 hits. And by the third one, I mean, oh my God, I think I did a classic off the top of the dome freestyle. Or like I freestyle that it was like, yo, it was probably some of the best rapping I've ever done in my life, maybe too.
Damn, I just checked my email. Damn, y'all, I appreciate the support, y'all. We getting orders, y'all. I appreciate the support. Yeah, I really appreciate the support, y'all. Thanks for going out there, showing love to artists who are definitely tapping into that God frequency. We promise we will deliver on December 16th. We promise we will change the frequency of planet Earth on December 16th. Let's since you were just talking about that experience, I don't want to go too far off that topic before asking this question. Bronze Beauty wants to know, why do people vomit after taking shrooms, Cam?
Well, first of all, not everybody vomits after taking shrooms.
Hmm.
Some people do. It depends on how you take them too. I believe in taking them as raw as possible. So like tea can sometimes change the composition because of the heat. I believe if you just eat uh, the shroom raw, like even the relationship that it's having with your taste buds in preparation, like you start feel your salivary glands start filling your mouth up with water, and it does cause a little nausea if you're not used to that or you have a sensitive stomach. It can cause nausea. At the end of the day, it's a fungus. It's actually like has a parasitical nature. It's almost like taking over you like a host. It's not in a bad way, obviously, but yeah, that's what it's doing. It's a fungus. So yeah, you might have some adverse effects to it. Um, but essentially you can that's why they say mix it with like lemon or orange juice or something like that. You can definitely put together a concoction of other ingredients to make it so it settles in your stomach. But yeah, your body's probably gonna reject it, especially if you smell it or you taste it and the taste is off and you're like, oh, was this growing on shit? Oh, it's a mushroom. You might not like mushroom. It doesn't taste delicious. It doesn't taste like candy, so it's very earthy. It has a real pungent taste smell to it, but to me, like once I get that flavor in me, the process has started, and that's all that matters. You just want it in your body, get it in there, because once it's in there, even if you throw it off, someone's gonna linger. You're still gonna get those wibble wobbles, but don't throw it up. Get it in there. That's the point.
Indeed. This is above my pay grade, y'all. This is man. Oh man, I'm not on Cam level yet. I'm
I'm
I
not
might.
even on my level anymore, man. I don't do it like I used to.
All right, let's get to. So when is the full moon? Okay, now what's because I tell you, Cam, like I told you, Cam, I've been in another world. Was
Mm.
tonight the full moon?
It was
Yesterday, the day before?
last night. I think
So
last night. The chat. No, I think it
yeah,
was last night. It was a Gemini moon or something like that. Like
when was the full moon, family?
I think it was last night, but it's still about
It's
90,
still
95% there. Like that boy is he out there thumping
yeah,
that thing
yeah.
up there, swollen.
Last night. Okay, Carlos saying it was last night. Okay.
Last night, yeah, that mean that she's still out there partying.
Yeah, last night was a special night. Last night was a special, a good night for me. So, spiritually speaking. So, but I didn't even pay attention to the full moon. But it's interesting now that I know it's a full moon. Very
Oh, it's
interesting.
definitely. I remember I was coming back home from the studio and my car just died.
Wow.
And literally, and then I couldn't get in the house, and I was like on the porch until like 3 a.m. in the morning. So things tend to go crazy when the moon is full. Like Earth is like, oh, that's why the waves, everything, the bugs are crazy, humans are crazy during full moons. The technology is crazy.
Yeah.
But we ended up releasing our track right there. Like, how did it line up that
Oh, right, right,
Magic came out literally that the night before? So over the cusp of the 24 hours, Magic was
right.
out, and it's doing better than any song that we've ever done.
Hmm.
And like, thank you so much for the support. Like, I'm not somebody that goes out my way for public validation for my music as much as I should. I'm real old school, and I'm very just pure, like in my approach. And Rich is the same way. Like, we do this because we love it. We don't even do it to get a big praise. We love it, we enjoy it, but to see it and experience it is always just amazing, man. And you guys have already just blown our minds with the success of the song so far, so thank you.
Indeed. And if anybody out there can help, or has advice for me and Cam as far as getting this song and this album more to the masses, definitely reach out to me. Y'all know how to get in touch with me. My email, richardmerritt@yahoo.com. Reach out to Cam. Y'all know how to get in touch with Cam through social media. But definitely reach out to us. We're definitely open to individuals out there that could help us, get to the next level. This arena right here and how things are happening. things continuously change and
moving so fast, dude. Somebody said TikTok. I don't even got a TikTok, dude. I am now that old person that's like looking at the remote, like, how do you use this thing? Like, yo, like, yeah, please help us. Like, we use Instagram and YouTube. That's what we use. Okay. Yeah. Now the other stuff, you know, Spotify playlisting, iTunes playlisting, TikTok, X or Twitter, whatever it's called now. We definitely need to get the word out and you know, help, you know, whatever you can do, advice.
Yeah, you know, videos by Silas says I can. All right, well, email me. I'll put my email and in the chat. You know, he says I'm an executive A&R with a label. They will email me. My email, richardmerritt@yahoo.com, and you know, we'll chop it up.
That's Rich in Merritt.
Yeah, let me. Yeah, I just put my email there, my brother. So yeah, hit me up and we'll chop it up. All right. Let me see. Somebody said, Rich, I'm gonna DM your TikTok and hit your email. Yeah, hit me up. So genius, hit me up. Yeah. And like I said, everybody hit me up. All right. Anybody hit me up, you know. We're definitely looking to collaborate with the movers and shakers out there. We feel as though we got something amazing. So, you know, but give me some questions. I'm not gonna probably be on here for 10 more minutes, y'all. Brother Rich is even though I haven't been on here in 5 days, Brother Rich is tired. Man. So, but even though I'm actually gonna be on here tomorrow with Lloyd Strayhorn, y'all. It's gonna be a good show with Lloyd Strayhorn tomorrow. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow with that. And let me play this commercial. Yo, this commercial is popping. Shout out to Cam's wife for making this commercial for us with the merch. This is some of the merch. Wait till I start wearing this merch on my show. Watch how everybody go crazy. Yo, this merch, when y'all see this logo in person, it's magical. I'm telling y'all, be the first ones in your hood, in your family, in your community, and wherever you at with this merch. But check this out, y'all. Check this out.
Do magic. I can 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 do magic.
Yo, that logo is so fire. Shout out to Jefferson Athletics. He designed it. Yeah. So
yo, Rich, you notice on that on the cards on that it says HA&T on it, which is hat.
I did not notice that. No,
because like so it has the Eye of Horus, it has the Ankh, and then it has the tree of life, the Kabbalah tree of life, which is hat. Because in magic, you pull the rabbit out the hat.
You learn something.
I mean, I didn't design it, but I'm assuming that's what he did. If it's not, well, then that's why he did it.
I don't think he even know. You don't know that. I guarantee you, he don't. Yo, that's the magic. That's the magic in it. I'm gonna ask him. He would have told us.
Right,
oh man, wow, that's deep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's deep, yo. That's deep. Yeah, but the merch is crazy, y'all. Make sure y'all go to holyghost3.com and get y'all some magical merch. I'm gonna be wearing it real soon. Just to keep in mind, this is for pre-order right now, so it will be shipping toward the end of December, just like the album releases December 16th. So we're taking pre-orders for the album and we're taking pre-orders for the merch. But yeah, get you a shirt. Get y'all a shirt. All right. But yeah, you know what's beautiful about this track in particular, Cam, this is gonna be around way after we leave this earth. This track. It's gonna be way after we leave this earth. And you know, it's gonna be around, and people gonna be playing it, man. So that's a real good feeling, Cam. That's a
It
real good.
is. Yo, you know what? You know what's crazy? I was listening to the radio, and you know Charlie Wilson.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Charlie Wilson, yeah. Charlie
Yes.
Wilson. He has a song called "I Can Do Magic."
Oh yeah.
It's like I can do magic, and literally he says abracadabra,
Wow.
alakazam. Yo, all the same words that I, bro. I swear to God,
Wow.
look it up. It did. I think the third verse on there, it sounds almost like he's using. And at first I was like, yo, did this nigga hear our song? But then I was like, yo, we didn't. He's like, it's literally like the R&B version of our song by Charlie Wilson. I'm like, what the fuck? Yo,
wow.
somebody knows, like, yo, somebody in the chat, yo, if y'all heard the Charlie Wilson "I Can Do Magic," it's literally a song that's just like our song, but Charlie Wilson singing.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep. Sir says that K was missing on the shirt. No. The shirt is exactly how it's supposed to be. Exactly how it's supposed to be. You know, some people tell me sometime, Cam, they're like, yo, you missing because it's spelled magic, M-A-G-I-K. They be like, yo, it's supposed to be M-A-G-I-C-K. I'm like, no, I know exactly what I'm doing. Then King Simon read the gematria to my name, and it adds up to a master number, black magic. Adds up to a master number. So if the C would have been there, it wouldn't have been the same. So there's a science behind everything Brother Rich does. A very sophisticated science, sir. So there's a reason why there's no K. I know exactly what I'm doing in terms of it being a mantra. So yeah, it's good. It's good exactly how it is, my brother. It's good exactly how it is. Let's get to about 2 more questions, then we're gonna get out of here. Let me see if I got any questions saved here. I didn't even know I had super chats. What's up? Shout out to Divine. It was a pleasure to meet y'all on the shoot, and I emailed you my music, Rich. All right. Yeah, if you email me music, I probably I gotta develop a folder just for music because the music gets lost in the source majority of the time. But and I get a lot of spam and shit like that. So, but I'm gonna be. Somebody asked earlier. Actually, his brother Rich is gonna be working with other artists. Yeah, in the future, especially in 2024, I got some big plans in terms of reshaping the way music is listened to and the way music is consumed outside of the streaming services. So I got a lot of music announcements in 2024. So for all the artists and everything, I will definitely keep everybody notified for that. All right. And shout out to J Theo plus L for the super chat. Also, yeah, definitely the Holy Goats. I like that. Damn,
that's fire, right?
That's super fire. The Holy Goats.
We need that shirt.
Yeah, hey, we need that merch immediately. So the Holy Goats. Wow.
Yes,
let me see.
Thank you, J Theopolis L. Thank you.
So she said, y'all need some Divine Feminine with y'all label. I hear you. I hear you, Divine.
We still got to get the label going, man.
Yeah,
we've been throwing that idea around for a minute now. It's gonna come together.
Yeah. Somebody said, Brother Rich Stead or business. You know what he's talking about? Or T.I. son?
Dude, that was sad. I kind of want to cry for that kid.
Yeah,
dude.
Man. That's the T.I. son situation. It's real sad.
I could see through all of it, man. I can almost picture myself being in class with a kid like that or something, man. Like, it's sad, dude. That kid, that's all pain and confusion, dude. Damn, right? Golly.
Do you think
imagine like I don't even want to imagine that, but we both got sons and
both got
like,
sons, right?
Yeah, like that kid is looking for something. He's just begging to be hugged or something, dude. He's looking for some love or some validation of some sort, man. It's sad as fuck. That's a hurt child. He looks in the mirror, and the thing is, like, people make fun of the way he looks and stuff like that, and you could tell. I mean, come on, man. That kid's got to be very like self-conscious, very low self-esteem, dude. That's what that is. You
Yeah,
know.
I think how he looks has a lot to do with his behavior. Unfortunately, him
Mm.
being well, what they call that, albino, or what do they call that?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
real light. I think it's really bothering him, and I could imagine, him how much he was teased
Mm.
as a child. We all got teased as a child, and I'm sure it gets to him. So may that young man grow and mature and realize what this thing called life is really about. But I mean, it's like Cam, the rich kids wanting to be from the hood. Do you think it's like that, Cam? The rich kids, they want to be from the hood. Do you think in the spirit world, the spirits that want to come down to earth, the spirits is like, you
Mm.
niggas want to go back to the hood? Fuck y'all want to go back there for? It might be that same way, Cam.
Yo, riches on point. Yes, yes. Like, yo,
Oh,
that
man.
let's look at what they say. Biggie even said, "Well, hell, I don't want to go to hell. In heaven with the goody goodies. Fuck that. I want black text and black hoodies. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
if that's like, why would God? If God is the all, why would He fractalize himself into humans to feel pain and go through life and mortality? It's experience. If you have everything already, it's like, if you listen to the story of Buddha, he was born rich and shit like that, and he just wanted to go outside the walls of the kingdom. And then he didn't know about death. He didn't know about poverty or any of that stuff. And every time he went out, he saw more until he saw the shambles of the ghetto. But
right.
what these guys are going through, I mean, it has a lot to do with hip hop's effect on glamorizing, gangsterism, um, because gangsters now are wearing Gucci belts and $300 Yeezys.
Yeah,
The people who were gangsters, who were in the streets, maybe they were actually coming up poor, no father in the house, the mom's on drugs. They ain't got no way to eat. Like, the streets were a lot different. So people coming up at that point, it's like, you could almost look at them and be like, oh, okay, I see why you did that. But some of these kids, it's literally the aesthetic, it's the look. It's the look, it's the talking, it's the swag. That's what they're going after. And for men, we want women, we want girls, we want money, we want to shine, and it's all associated with gangsterism and hip hop. But yeah, like, on the spiritual level, that's what it is. It's experience. Life itself is tension.
mm,
Um, it's almost as if pain is the only feeling, and pleasure is on a spectrum of pain.
mm,
Because even tickling is like, it's like almost like, even on a roller coaster, even laughing is kind of like crying. Even like an orgasm sounds like you're dying. So
mm.
everything is on that spectrum of
Y'all
feeling
heard
is
that
pain.
breakdown just now? Damn, man, I was ill. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like feeling
Wow.
essentially is pain. And because even like a tickle, even going like this, that's like contact. That's like you're moving something, you're doing something. That's friction. That's friction.
Right.
Everything is friction. That's how you get a smooth rock. Like, it's all like, the smoothening process is pain. So why would you want this? Well, that's the only way to evolve, the only way to grow. Growth hurts. Your bones hurt, like your bones breaking down to become bigger, like you're losing skin cells and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Somebody said he's not albino. Yeah. I don't know what the situation is.
He
I
just
don't, I
dyed
don't,
his hair and bought big T.
yeah. I'm not sure. And,
I
but
mean, if you look at his face, though, he has like a little, like, there's like a Bart Simpson syndrome. There's something going on with, he's on some spectrum. You know what I mean? He's got a little dash of one of those crazy, like, I don't know, it's like, I used to call it like the Gary Coleman disease, or everybody's somewhere on the board. You know what I mean?
yeah.
No, there's no
Yeah.
perfect human. Like, there's some people that got a little bit of Down syndrome. There's some people that have a little bit of autism. There's like slightly schizophrenic people. You know, it's not yes or no. It's not black or white. He looks so much different than everyone else that there's some kind of abstraction in the genetic coding in there. There's somebody fucked up. Hey, no, I take all of that back. That was horribly mean. Um, everyone has potential, man. Let's just say that, man. If he got into the gym right now and just got ripped, and he got a good stylist, and he got like somebody to like not do his hair like that, And he just got really diesel and like took some TRT and some HGH to change his jawline, give him a jawline.
You crazy, man.
Be all right, man.
Hey, let's get to one. Yeah, you should definitely get off social media. Yeah, you should definitely get off social media. That's definitely highly recommended. Let's get to one more question before we get out of here. Give me one more question before we get out of here, family. It's definitely been a pleasure chopping it up with y'all tonight. And my brother Cambatta, as we prepare. Once again, for those who are in New York, it's going down. It's going to be like the Brooklyn Zoo. It's going to be like the Brooklyn Zoo, December 16th. I'm gonna bring I got this picture of ODB. I'm gonna bring it with me. I swear, and I'm gonna put it up there in Mr. G spot to bring me some good luck. But yeah, it's gonna be like the Brooklyn Zoo in there. December 15th, we having the album listening party. So if you are in New York, make sure you come out. All right.
Please.
They got a question for you right here. Would Cam ever? They said, would Cam ever consider ghostwriting?
Yeah, I've actually, I don't call it ghostwriting really. Like, to me, ghostwriting is like a term that you would give somebody that's really trying to say, hey, I'm the one who wrote this, and they got some guy that they paid to shut his mouth. But yeah, I've written for people since I was 15. I've never written for a mainstream huge billboard artist, but yeah, I would absolutely. I mean, it's gonna cost you. I'm gonna obviously charge, but yeah, I love writing. I love especially like R&B songs, stuff like that. If you want bars, yeah, I write bars.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's what I do, man. So yes.
All right. I think we're gonna get out of here for now. Is there anything you want to add on before we get out of here, Cam?
No, just please share the video. If you do reactions, if you know anybody that does reaction videos, please suggest this video. We appreciate all the support. Go out, get the pre-orders, go out, repost the video. Anything, man. This video, we didn't even tell them the story of the video, man. That's for next time. But the video was a miracle in itself for it to even happen, and we appreciate you guys so much, man. I don't have enough tears to cry and stuff, Thank you. Go holyghost3.com. There's also a link that Rich posted. Go get the shirts, go get the pre-order. December 16th.
Indeed. Real quick, somebody asked, is there Cambatta Yahawasha type song on Holy Ghost 3? Yes, there is. Make sure you go to the website, holyghost3. Yo, family, this is not going to be available on streaming websites. It's going to be available exclusively on holyghost3.com on December 16th. It'll be on streaming sites sometime next year. A lot of artists are warring right now with these streaming sites. What they're doing is borderline rape and robbery. So if you care at all about your artists, and it doesn't even have to be necessarily us, but if they have music and they have their artwork on their own website, make sure you purchase it on their own website to truly support them, so they won't get paid 0.0000001 cent for a stream. So until we're able to fix that, we have to be creative about this, and that's what we are doing. We have to be smart about this. So make sure you go to holyghost3.com. Support. Thanks for everybody, first of all, who purchased it tonight. A lot of y'all purchased it. A lot of y'all got the gear. So shout out to all of y'all. All right. But other than that, I'll be back tomorrow. Cam, you got anything coming up they should know about?
No, just this. We got more videos coming out soon. This is all we focused on. We talking about a couple weeks. We got 2 weeks. So this is it for me, man. I'm just gonna be we're gonna be putting some just a final cut of like clear coat. We're gonna make it happen, man. I'm just excited about finally dropping a project. It's like being pregnant for like 2 years and shit, dude. Or taking a crap. Like we've been like complete. Like this is our first time taking this shit in months, bro. Like,
this dude is crazy.
At capacity. So yo, holyghost3.com, man. Magic, yo, brother Rich, Cambatta. Yes, thank you.
All right, family. I'm gonna see you next time. We signing out, family. Peace. All right, peace, Cam.
Peace.